So first impression is whoever has the most on their label is the most expensive. So Great Value is the cheapest. Then we've got the Stag, and then we got the Campbell's Chunky. So first impressions, this is the Great Value chili. It looks a little runny. The odor is a little on the onion side, really getting an onion scent from it. Doesn't look like much. It has been sitting out for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and we'll have a bit of a taste test here. So I'll just show you my setup. So each kind has its own bowl, has its own spoon, and I will be having some water in between bites just to try and keep my palate somewhat clean. And I'll give you my my taste synopsis after each one. So Great Value doesn't look like much. Probably the least appetizing look of the three. Smells like onion. In the middle you have the Stag. You have a strong chili powder odor to this one. I'm quite familiar with this chili, having mixed it with rice on numerous occasions. Quick meal idea for you with the minute rice. It looks like it's got a little more liquid, although I do see a lot more meat in here. A little bit more chunk, which is good. Something to chew on. And then we have the Chunky over here, which of course is more chunky. Be weird if it wasn't, right? But I can visibly see more vegetables in here and larger meat chunks. So just based on looks alone, I'd have to say kind of rooting for the Chunky. Smell wise, it's kind of a mixture of the two, so I get a good hint of chili, and I also get a nice little whiff of onion smell from that one as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a taste, and we will go from there. So had 3 bites. The sauce is really bringing this one down. There's a bit of heat at the end, pretty subtle, pretty minor. For a hot and spicy chili, but the sauce is borderline disgusting. I think you would want to have some bread with this one. It's almost like the sauce from a can of beans, but not sweet. Yeah, a lot of the flavor is very reliant on those brown beans, so it's almost like I'm just eating a can of beans with a few extra things thrown in. One of those being the chili powder, a little bit of spice, but not my favorite. Definitely was a dark horse here, and I don't think it crossed over. So next we have the Stag Chili. It's got that strong chili powder smell to it, and sure enough has that flavor also. That is kind of that not quite burned taste, burned spice, but the chili powder is the star of this chili. It's mostly what I can taste. There's noticeably bigger chunks of meat, as well as mixed in with those beans. Not a lot of vegetable. Tastes fairly liquidy. It's got a better mouthfeel than the Great Value, which I more or less had to choke down. But overall, just decent. It's a little more unique. I'm going to guess that it's the most unique flavor of the 3, really relying on the chili, but yeah, not great without the rice. No wonder I mix it with rice all the time. So we will try the Chunky now. So last but certainly not least was the Chunky chili from the company that brings you the soup that eats like a meal. I offer this up as the chili that eats like a meal. It's as close to homemade as I could find in these 3 brands. No overpowering taste. Just nice subtle flavors, delicious. Huge chunks. This is fantastic stuff. Yeah, I could eat this on its own. The Stag Chili, I think you're mixing that with something. And the Great Value might be just for the dog. It's seriously good chili from a can. But I mean, the overall verdict is make your own. Obviously, you're going to do a better job than something that comes out of a can. So have a slow cooker Sunday. Slowly make yourself some chili and enjoy it. And if you can't, and you have access to these 3 brands, my recommendation is the Campbell's Chunky Chili. Then some Stag. I would mix the Stag with some minute rice. It is delicious. And probably let this one go. Sorry, great value, but there's a reason you're the worst.